was a freezing winter morning. New York City woke up under a soft snowfall. Beneath towering buildings, crowds rushed past each other as if time itself were slipping away. But at one street corner, something stood out. A young boy holding a stack of newspapers, smiling so warmly it seemed the cold never touched his heart. His name was Eli. Only 12 years old, and yet he already knew what struggle looked like. No fancy home, no warm meals, no comfortable clothes. But Eli had something many adults had long forgotten: hope. Every morning he stood on that same street corner, cheerfully calling out, "Morning paper, hot off the press." He believed that a smile could brighten someone's day, and that was enough for him. Just a few blocks away, Richard Grant walked with heavy steps. A once successful businessman, now shattered by the weight of failure. A failed deal had cost him everything: his money, his partners, and his confidence. That morning, Richard didn't leave his apartment to keep going. He stepped outside, wondering if it was time to give it all up. And then, Richard saw him, a boy in the cold, barehanded, still smiling. Eli looked up, eyes bright and fearless. "Good morning, sir. Rough day, huh?" Richard paused. It had been days since anyone even looked him in the eyes, let alone asked him how he was. Richard bought a paper and quietly asked, "Are you always this cheerful?" Eli nodded. "I don't have much, but I have my smile, and if it makes someone feel better, then it's a great day." Just a few words, but to Richard, they felt like sunlight breaking through a long, gray sky. That night, Richard didn't reach for the bottle like he usually did. Instead, he turned on his laptop, pulled out old notes, and started making calls. He began building again, from scratch. That one moment with Eli had touched something deep inside him. He didn't know how yet, but he knew. He wasn't giving up. Days passed, then weeks. Richard returned to the corner, and there was Eli, same coat, same scarf, same smile, standing in the cold, but radiating warmth. Richard didn't approach him right away. He just watched from across the street, quietly reminded of the fire he used to carry inside. The next time Richard came back, he brought something in his hands, a new thick winter jacket, deep blue. He handed it to Eli and said softly, "Thank you. You reminded me who I used to be." Eli's eyes lit up. "I just do what my heart tells me," he said with a grin. 2 years later, in a grand ballroom filled with lights and cameras, Richard stood on stage, not just as a businessman, but as the founder of a youth foundation helping kids like Eli. And there, standing beside him, was Eli, now 14, a little taller, a little older, but with the same unshakable smile. Richard turned to the audience and said, "This boy saved my life, not with money, not with advice, with a smile, with an attitude that never gives up." A positive attitude costs nothing, but it can change everything. It doesn't require wealth, power, or status. It only takes a choice to keep going, a choice to believe in something better. And sometimes one small smile is all it takes to spark a miracle.